girls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rye, and this is Rye's Reading Corner, and it's that time of month where we get to play another round of TBR Jenga. Again, hello, I'm Rye, and this is Rye's Reading Corner. The first time you ever see my face, or if you have not hit the subscribe button, please do so to raise it. It really helps my channel grow. So I could tell by my thumbnail and my little attraction, today we get to play another round of TBR Jenga, which is my favorite video to film.
Me too.
If you're new here, or if you've not seen any of my TBR Jenga videos, I let Jenga prompts guide my reading for the month. I will put the playlist up above, where January I go into more of the details of the rules. They have slightly changed and evolved over time, but generally I pick Jenga pieces, and that's the prompts I use to inspire my reading. So October overall was a good reading month for me, but I did not finish my TBR this month. I'm okay with it. I still read a lot of good books. We'll probably have read almost 10 books by the end of the month, so I'm really satisfied with that. But that means I do have to take a punishment. So instead of doing the TBR wheel this month, whatever the dice tell me how many pulls I'm doing, I'm just gonna add one more to that. So we're gonna go with that for this month. But I'm excited to go into November because I did just have a strong reading month, and plus there's a lot of amazing readathons that I'm gonna be participating in November, and I'm super hyped for it. So the first one that I'm gonna be doing is one that I did last time. It was 2 years ago. They did the last round of it, and it's a week-long one, and it's the Gilmore Girls readathon. And if you don't know, I'm obsessed with Gilmore Girls, and this readathon takes place from November 7th through November 13th. There's a bunch of amazing hosts for this readathon, so I will link all of their channels or the announcement video down below. Also, really excited to share that I am a co-host for Hannah Blackwell's readathon, which is called Once Upon a Readathon, and I am Team Fairy Godmothers. So definitely go check her announcement video out, because I will not do it justice explaining all of the details of the readathon, but I'm super pumped for this readathon. And I don't know if I'll do my TBR in this video because it's a lot of finagling to make sure prompts can double up on certain things. So I will be doing another video for that. And the last one I'm going to be doing is hosted by my dearest friend Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy, and this is called Knock It Out November. And the whole idea of this readathon is to pretty much mood read and work on your goals, because the end of the year, believe it or not, is almost here. So that's going to be the inspiration and kind of a different version of Jenga we are going to be playing this month. So because it is about mood reading and our goals, I do want to go over my goals first. So my first goal is to continue or to finish a series. I've started a lot of series this year and have not finished a lot of series, so I would like to do that. Maybe even do like 2 books for that one, possibly. The second goal I have for myself is to read a book that I have been wanting to read but have been putting off for some other reason. And my third goal is going to be to let myself mood read. And I know that sounds like a silly goal, but I don't really allow myself much mood reading, so I would like to just let myself pick books when the mood that I'm reading, which I know sounds contradictory to be playing Jenga. But how I'm going to do this is, for every Jenga piece, instead of just picking one book and that's the book that I have to read for that prompt, I am going to pick 2 to 3 books for each prompt, and then throughout the month as I'm reading for that prompt, I will pick from those 2 to 3 books. And that's kind of how my mood reading is going to go for the month of November. So that's a lot of information, a lot of readathons. Definitely go check everything out. It's all linked down below. And for the Gilmore Girls readathon, I do have the prompts, so if I know a book right away is going to fit for a certain prompt, I will let you guys know. But other than that, let's see how many pulls I'll be doing for the month of November. Okay, so as you can tell, my bookshelves are still not even done yet from the move. I don't even know where my tray is to roll my dice. I'm lucky I found my dice at this point. So Grayson's just gonna roll them on this empty part of the bookshelf. I added some books to make it look somewhat pretty, but these are the books that I want to read by the end of the year, so go check the video out. But Grayson, can you roll the dice and see how many rolls we're doing this month? Oh. Grayson pulled 11. He rolled 11.
Yes.
And that means I have to do 12 because I have to add on to my punishment. So that is a lot of pulls that we'll be doing this month, which I'm really nervous about. But I also, before I forget, I do need to do my Flower Pot of Doom Patreon pick on my top tier Patreons. Get to put a book in here, and I have 2 months to read it. So last month I did read Birthday Girl, which was by Melissa, and I absolutely really liked it. I loved it. It's probably one of my favorite books of the month that I read. So now it's time to pick another one. So Grayson is going to pick a... There are some books in here that are really intimidating and scary, so I'm very nervous on what I'm gonna get. Alright, Grayson. Alright, give it to mommy.
That was the scary one.
Alright. Oh, okay, this is not bad at all. It's The Passengers by John Mars, and this was by Deb. So Deb, I'll be reading The Passengers within the next 2 months. This one, if I can fit it on one of my TBR Jenga pieces, I will. I don't know too much about this, but the other book I read by John Mars, I really did enjoy. So thank you, Deb, for this recommendation. So let's go to pull number 1 out of 12. Pull number 1 out of 12. This is more pulls than I was hoping for, but we're gonna go with it.
No, Mom, you top. I mean, top, up at the top.
All right, read a KU. All right, read a KU book. I'm not too upset by this one. There's one that I definitely been caught my eye the other day. And I know Jess from Peace Love Books just read it, and I know it's kind of looks like a Christmas book, but she said a lot of it takes place around Thanksgiving time, going into Christmas. And I don't know the exact title of it. I put a picture of it here. This is a KU romance that I'm really kind of excited about. It's been catching my eye. So that is option number 1, and then option number 2. I'm just gonna say any KU book, another romance book, perhaps. I don't know the exact titles of anything else that I'm specifically interested in right now. This is one that I definitely have been thinking about wanting to read, so that works out perfect for this one. And like I said, if there's another KU book that my eye during the month, I will read that because I'm going to be doing, Knock It Out November for mood reading that would meet that prompt. So we're going to go with this one. So not too bad for pull number 1. Pull number 2 out of 12.
Up, up, up.
Okay. These are in here really tight. Right. Read a book with green on the cover. All right, so for a book with green on the cover, my first option is Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is a romance trilogy, and I think it's just a trilogy. I don't think it's 4 books. I'm not 100% sure. But this takes place at a Renaissance fair, and this reminds me from Gilmore Girls, which maybe it would be able to fit for one of my prompts for the Gilmore Girls readathon. My other option is Jade City by Fauna Lee, which is on my end of the year TBR, so I would like to get to it. This is an adult fantasy, so very two opposite books, but definitely fit that green color prompt. So we're gonna go with those two and see how I feel about them. So let's go to prompt number 3. All right, pull number 3 out of 12. Two times extra. So I think because I already have 12 books, I don't think I'm gonna do these months. I'm just gonna count this as like I have to pull again because I cannot do more than 12 books. Like I won't do it. So I'm gonna just be nice to myself this month. As long as you're okay with it. If you're not, let me know down in the comments below, and then I will do more pulls afterwards. But then I'm just gonna do that as another repull because I can't do more than 12 books this month. A gifted book. Okay, a gifted book. This is really hard finding books because books are just sticked everywhere. My first option I think is gonna be Christina Lauren by The Soulmate Equation. This was good to me from Chelsea Zhao. This is a book that is like a matchmaking type thing using DNA, I believe. And I've heard some really good things about this one. It's not too long. And this would be a book that I've been wanting to read for my Knock It Out November. So that could count for that one. And then also I do have Undercover Bromance by Alyssa Kate Adams. This was from Rachel, and this is also could knock out November because it could be for continuing a series. So I did read the Bromance Club, so I think this is the next one. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this one, please. Don't come at me if I'm wrong. But this could be one. I think you can read them out of order as well. So this could be an option as well. Both yellow. In terms of the Gilmore Girls readathon, I'm not 100% sure. And hopefully for Once Upon a Readathon, one of these will work. Like I said, I'll do another TBR video for that one. So let's go to the next pull. Okay, pull number 4 out of 12. Ooh, that's not good. 2 times more. Good thing we're not doing that because I could not do that this month. So we're just gonna go with another pull that I could not handle. Sunpick. Okay, so Sunpick is a book that Grayson gets to pick out, so I'll have him pick out a couple books for me. And he's upstairs right now. He was down here, but when I'm editing afterwards, I'll put a picture in maybe the books or 2 that he picks for me to read. I'm a little nervous because it's completely out of my control, and it kind of defeats the purpose of mood reading, but we're just gonna go with it. So let's go to pull number 5. Okay, pull number 5 out of 12. This is definitely gonna fall. A book with 4 more colors on the cover. Okay, a book with 4 more colors on the cover. I have 2 that are on my end of the year TBR. The first one is Mistakes Were Made by Meryl Winsler. It's definitely 4 more colors on this book. This is a sapphic age gap romance, and I believe one of them is the mom of a student. I don't know. This would definitely count as a complicated love interest, I would believe, and that's one that prompts for the Gilmore Girls readathon, so that would be nice. And also, It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. This is the new one. It's the sequel to It Ends With Us, and this is both super. This one is super short. The audiobook is really short too, and these are 2 books I'm really excited to get to this month, so maybe I'll end up reading both of them. Go to the next pull. Okay, pull number 6 out of 12. We are halfway there. I don't think this is going to stay put. Okay. Read a backlist book. Okay, so a backlist book, I picked 2 books that are really opposite of the last couple books I've been picking. These are all books that I've really just have been needing to get to. The first one is Rhapsodic by Laura Thalissa. This is a book I've been wanting to read for so long. It's a fantasy romance book. I've heard great things about it, and people keep telling me I'm gonna really like this, so I'm gonna put that one and this one. And this book, I have tried reading multiple times, and I feel like I just need to decide if I'm going to continue the series or not, and this is going to be that decision. If I read this one, and it's The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've struggled getting through this one. I know that people say the beginning is a little bit slower. It does get better as it goes on. We're going to put these 2 big ones on, so let's go to pull number 7. Okay, pull number 7 out of 12. This is not looking great. Oh my gosh. Okay. A buddy read. Okay, this one's super easy, and I'm not even gonna do a mood read for this one because it's a book that I have to read for the official late night crew book club, and we are reading the next Kitty Robert books, and it's the Kraken one. Why am I drawing a blank at the exact title? But it was The Dragon's Bride. It's the next one in that series. I'll put a picture here, and I'm gonna read this one anyway, and it's gonna be a buddy read because Cassidy, Mel, and I are all definitely reading it, and then anybody in the late night crew that wants to read it that is part of that. I will put our public link Discord group down below. It's just really fun. We all are gonna read it, and it's gonna be a good time. So that one's easy for that one. So let's go to the next pull. Let's go to pull number 8 out of 12. Oh my gosh, this is not looking good. Okay, so the book for this one was Read a Book I've Been Putting Off, which is good because it's one of my prompts. And the tower did fall, so that means I have to add another pull, so that means 13 pulls. And I'll just pull from the pile of the Jenga pieces. But let's go get a book for this. Okay, so for this one, I picked 2 books. The first book is by Emma Gilmore, and this is by Taryn Dreifeld. This is a compile of like different interviews with different fans, casts, workers that worked on Gilmore Girls. It is huge, which is why I've been putting it off, and also it's nonfiction. And the other one is buried on the pile, but it's The Kiss Quotient by Helen Wong. This has been on many TBRs, so this could be up for Knock It Out November. And also, one of the prompts for Gilmore Girls Readathon is to read a book by an Asian author, and we have a book with Asian rep in it, and that covers both in that book. So that's an option too. So I'm gonna do those 2 for one. So let's go to pull number, what was it, 8? 8 maybe out of 13? I don't know exactly. We're actually on pull number 9. So we're gonna just go here, destroy the pile because it's already destroyed. Redo. So pull number 9 out of 13. Read a book that I think will make me happy. Okay, I like this one. Okay, so a book that make me happy, I have 2 options. I think I'm gonna again pull from my end of the year TBR. So I'm gonna do Dating Dr. Dill. I've heard this book is pretty funny, so I'm really excited for this one. It's something to do with like a TV show, I think. I'm not really sure, but it's a romance, and romances generally make me happy. And the next one is Amari and the Great Game by B.B. Alston. This is the sequel to The Amari and the Night Brothers, which was one of my favorite books of last year. And it's also a book that I've been putting off because I'm nervous to read it because I'm afraid it's not gonna live up to the hype that the first book gave me, and also this will be completing the series as it is right now. So both of those books I think are books gonna make me happy. So all right, let's go next. Pull number 10 out of 13. Read a book with mixed reviews. Okay, a book with mixed reviews. I'm gonna go with The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. Like I said, I've heard people love this book or didn't care for it as much, and I don't know where I'm gonna stand on this because Dark Academia is always hit or miss for me, and I know it has the elements of Dark Academia in here obviously, so I'm gonna go with this one. I'm also gonna go with Love on the Brain by Ellie Hazelwood. I know people are absolutely loving this, but I also know people are saying that it's very, very similar to The Love Hypothesis, so complete opposites. You can even tell the color of the covers, but I think we're gonna go with these 2. So let's go to the next pull. All right, let's go to pull number 11 out of 13 now. Oh my gosh, 13 books. Okay. A secondhand book. Okay, so I'm drawing a blank on which books I've gotten off Pingo Books recently. So I'm gonna look through my Pingo Books like app and see which books I've gotten off of there, because you can never tell if they're secondhand books because they look brand new. And I'll pop like 2 pictures here of 2 books that I can possibly be reading for this one. So that's what I'm gonna do for that one, just because I don't want to jump to a book and then I really want to do my research first. So let's go to pull number 12. Pull number 12 out of 13. We are almost there. We're getting there. A friend pick. So I'm gonna do for this one, Mel and Cassidy are probably still sleeping because it's early for me and I'm the earliest time zone out of the 3 of us, but I'm gonna tell them that they need to pick a book for me or give me 2 book options for my Knock It Out November concept for TBR Jenga this month, and I'll put both of those pictures here once I message them and they give me one. So Cassidy and Mel, please be nice. All right, last pull here. Okay. A pet pick. So what I'll do is I will put some book options down for my dog, and I will insert the video clip here, and hopefully my dog Jessie, she picks a decent book for me. So I have 4 books here. I'm gonna do the first 2 she goes to continue with my theme of Knock It Out November for mood reading. So whatever first 2 books she goes to and gets a treat off of, those are my options. I have Kristen Hannah the Nightingale, Lay Down and Knock Some Dead, Lay Down the Mistletoe, and Empty Smile. So 4 very drastically different books. So let's see what she's gonna pick. So Sam is going to bring Jessie over here. We're in Nora's bedroom, so that's why it's like a mess. All right, he's blocking your eyes. This is comical, guys. All right, Jessie. All right, go, Jessie. No, Jessie, over here. Don't influence her, Sam. Sam, you influenced her. Okay, that's the first pick. So the first option is Kristen Hannah. Great, now back up. She gets 1 more pick. Laura's gonna go eat it instead. All right, Jessie, what's your next one? And Knock Some Dead. So I get a pick from those 2 books. Thanks, Jessie. Okay, that did not go as planned. I had 13 polls. Obviously, there's a lot of books that are potentials for this month, so I'm not going to take them all, put them all in a pile, because it's like 20 something books because of Knock It Out November for my mood reading. This kind of concept of having 2 books for both prompts or for prompts won't be too overwhelming. But yeah, let me know what you're excited to be reading in the month of November. So if you might think this crazy and chaotic read with me, please make sure to press the subscribe button. If you might find out any of my other social media platforms, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and I do have my own Patreon. All information is linked down below. Stay kind of, I'll see you next time. Bye.